Hey there, crafty friends. This is Kathy, and today we're playing along with Clue, the murder mystery layout game at Ginger's Corner. And we have to roll our dice so we know what we're doing. So the first roll gives me a 3. The next roll gives me a 3. And the last roll gives me a 3. 3 seems to be the magic number. Let's go for the next 3. And we have a 3. Oh, we're going really well. A lot of variety. Then we have a 1. And then we have a 5. Let's go check out what these mean on the list. So we have 2 checklists, which you can find at Ginger's Corner, and I'll have the link down below for you to go check them out so you too can play along. Number 3 is Mrs. White. Number 3, the second one, is the rope, and I have to use the rope. And number 3 is the craft room. Oh, I like hanging out in the craft room. So let's find out what I have to do. So Mrs. White tells me that I need, let me check, white paper. And then with the rope, I need to do an Easter page. Well, that's a bit of an easy one to achieve. And then in the craft room, I have to use something yellow. Oh, that's good. My favorite color. So that's nice and easy to acquire on an Easter page. Very easy to do. Okay, so they're my clues for the game today. Mrs. White, white paper, rope, an Easter page, and craft room using something yellow. So I went through my 100 pattern paper stack because I knew I had Easter papers in there, and I have created I've pulled out these 2 photo play ones. They are very older papers, and I am finally using them, which is great because I really do need them out of my stash and into my albums, and I'm sure you've got loads of those as well. Tell me in the comments below how many you have. What's your oldest piece of paper that you're aware of? It's pretty amazing how quickly we accumulate a stash. All right, to get started, I have cut them into 2x2 squares, and I'm now just distress inking them around the edges. And I really love this pink color. It is a bright pink, and I think it is, oh, here it is. It is the pickled raspberry that I'm using today. So I like the Distress Oxides because the colours are really bright and they're really colourful, and they really do stand out against the paper. And by edging them, I am able to make each piece a distinct individual piece, which you will see when I put it down creates a quilted patchwork type of appearance on the layout. All right. Next, I am going to create a mixed media background, and I'm going to use my smooching tool that I created the other night in the other video. So if you want to see how I did that, then you can just click on the link above and it will show you. So I'm smooching in some of this beautiful picked raspberry, and I'm making the bottom triangular part, the smooched area. I do love this color, and I do like that smooching tool. It makes it controlled so much easier when I'm putting the ink onto the layout. I do put my favorite round stamp in. You know I love that stamp, and that's just for a little bit of extra interest down at the bottom of the layout. So I'm now putting on strips or diagonals of tape because I find that that's easier when I'm trying to layer up lots of little pieces, and instead of putting individual loads of tape, which I then have to peel off, I now am able to just layer them across the layout, and this is giving that checkerboard printed a feel that you see here on the layout. And I love that this is all coming. I like the colors of this paper. They scream Easter. They're very pastel-y. I know that spring in the Northern Hemisphere, so that's why there's springy type colors, and that's how Easter gets its colors, because everything is based around what happens in the Northern Hemisphere, whereas Easter down here is more in the autumnal colors because we are in autumn when it is Easter in Australia. So it's quite unique how everything is related to the northern hemisphere when it comes to paper color wise and seasonal color wise, but that's just how these processes work, and we work around them, and you know, we get creative with what we're doing. So I've now created that. It's almost a half design, but not quite. And so I have these two photos of myself with the Easter Bunny. They were taken at the Pioneer Village here in Australia, in Sydney, and the Easter Bunny was there having fun that day, so I, of course, had to get my photo with him. Sorry, had to have a little bit of a stop there. All right, so now I am just layering these photos onto my pieces of leftover background paper, just to add some more interest down to that bottom half of the layout. I'm using both sides of the paper so that I'm having two different contrasting mats for the photos, and that's just bringing the top paper elements down into the bottom here. Now I have got my frames here, which I have cut out the white center so that I can overlap them with the corners. I got all of these embellishments from Scrapper Sketch. They were in the Easter range, the Happy Easter range. I will have a link down below for you to go and check those out as well, and you can use my discount code for these when you go to check out on www.scrappersketch.com. So I'm just layering up all my little pieces here, how I would like my layout to look, and as per usual, when I do layer it up, it looks great, and then I go to adhere it all in and I rearrange it, and I think, I do not know why. I need to get one of those organizing boards so I remember how I had it placed when I'm going to put it down. So now I have chosen a blue pastel gel pen to add some faux stitching around the edge of my layout, just to finish off that bottom section, and that ties that in nicely and finishes off the layout there. I did add some journaling to that top panel, and I have used some foam tape to pop elements on the page. Now I'm just using some enamel dots, and one of the clues that I had to use was something yellow, and so my enamel dots are yellow. I've got some yellow embellishments on there. I've got yellow in the papers. I had to have white paper. Well, you saw I started with a clean white sheet to start with, and you can still see the white poking through, and it was meant to be an Easter page, and I think I've accomplished that Easter theme quite readily with this layout. So that was the clues for my game this time round. How about you? Are you interested in the game of Clue? Are you ready to get scrapping with Clue? Have a go. By all means, follow my clues, or check out Ginger's Corner and roll your own. Have some fun. See what everybody else is doing. There is a playlist linked below for all the people who are creating videos in this hop. But check out the Facebook page, because there is so many more people playing along on the Facebook page. This is a great hop and a great way to get creative. I hope that you've been inspired and you give me a thumbs up. Happy scrapping, everybody. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you real soon in the next video.